In a small farming village, surrounded by open fields and dusty roads, lived an old man named Hari. People in the village often called him a dreamer. Every morning while others walked to the fields with their tools, Hari would sit outside his house looking at the sky. He would talk about better days, about comfort, about a happy life. But he never took a single step to make those dreams real. His wife worked quietly all day, doing small jobs in nearby houses. Many times she would say gently, "Dreams are beautiful, Hari, but they don't fill empty stomachs. Life runs on work." Hari would just nod, and the next morning he would be sitting in the same place again. Days turned into months, and months turned into years. One evening, something happened that changed his life completely. His little grandson came running to him, holding an empty plate. "Grandpa, I'm hungry. Can I have some bread?" Hari smiled and walked to the kitchen. But as soon as he opened the cupboard, his hands stopped. It was empty. No bread, no rice, nothing at all. He stood there silently. Behind him, his grandson's innocent eyes were still waiting. In that moment, Hari felt something deeper than hunger, shame and helplessness. That night he could not sleep. For the first time, he realized that dreams without action are only illusions. The next morning, before the sun had fully risen, Hari picked up a shovel and walked to the fields. He asked for work as a day laborer. The work was hard. His hands hurt, his back ached, sweat covered his face. But when he returned home in the evening with a few coins in his hand, he felt something new inside him: pride. Days passed. He worked every day. Whatever he earned was just enough to feed the family. One afternoon, while resting under a tree, he heard some workers talking. One of them said, "I save a little money every month." Another replied, "It helps in bad times." That thought stayed in Hari's mind. That night he took an old glass jar and placed it in the corner of the room. Every day he started dropping 1 or 2 coins into it. He told his wife, "This is for our tomorrow." Slowly the jar began to fill. After many months, when the jar was full, Hari felt happy hearing the sound of coins. But when he went to the market, his smile faded. Prices had increased. The money he had saved was no longer enough. He returned home quietly and sat outside for a long time thinking deeply. That day he understood something important. Saving money is good, but saving alone is not enough. Money that just sits still slowly loses its value. The next morning, Hari made a bold decision. He took all the money from the jar and bought 2 small chickens. His wife looked surprised. "Will this work?" she asked. Hari smiled softly. "I don't know, but now our money will start working." After a few days, the chickens started laying eggs. Some eggs were cooked at home, some were sold in the market. Slowly they bought 2 more chickens, then 4, then 8. Within a year, their small courtyard turned into a tiny poultry farm. There was always food in the house now. And Hari, he was no longer just a man who dreamed. He worked, he planned, he moved forward. One evening, his grandson sat beside him and asked, "Grandpa, how did our life change so much?" Hari looked at the chickens, then at the old jar still sitting in the corner. He said slowly, "Saving money is good, but saving alone is like holding water in your hands. It slowly slips away. Make it work, even if you start small." The boy listened carefully. The man who was once called lazy was now known as wise, because he had learned the biggest lesson of life. Dreams show the direction, hard work takes you to the destination, and small steps can change an entire life.